Hello and welcome back to Divide and Conquer version 4 and the Ered Luin campaign. And in the real world, it's been about a week since I last recorded an episode of this, so I've taken just a little bit of time just to have a little look around my realm, get a grasp of where I was up to. I managed to build mines by the looks of it in Foreign's Halls, but I'm running at a deficit. And I believe that's as a result of this army here, led by Grindfarn, who has some very expensive units under his direct command. So let's move him into the town. There we go. We're doing a little bit better for the old upkeep now. I need to find a fort that I can palm these guys off to. And there isn't really any around. I mean, there is this one up here, but I've already got a general in there. And you're running at a deficit now. Good old Clan Lord Gore, who has his beautiful guard units. And I am moving a spy out to go look at the elves. Now, thank you to everyone that's commented and given me a little bit of information about, you know, how I can sort of handle the elves and give me a bit of background on the script. Another useful thing was there's that Galu brought out a video recently where he explained about the Ered Luin script in full detail. So I've now got a pretty good grasp of what's coming my way. And something that I'm doing right now is I'm going to send a diplomat off to go speak with the Dwarves of Erebor and the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm to get alliances with them to make sure that we don't have any unwanted doom stacks arriving at our door. But the way that the script is set up at the moment, in the Ered Luin video, Galu made a comment about how the script works with regards to how we're attacked by the forces of Eriador. So in particular, he made reference to the High Elves attacking us, and then if they can't attack, it's the Northern Dunedain, and if the Northern Dunedain can't attack, it's Bree. Now, ideally, we don't want the elves to attack us in Foreign's Halls. You know, that would be a nightmare. But I'm not sure we can stop it, because he said about wiping out the faction, but is it wiping out the faction, or is it only laying siege to the capital? That's my question. Or you know, just wiping out Linden only, Mithlond. Because the way it sounded on the video, it sounded like you had to wipe out High Elves as a faction to stop them attacking you. Now, I don't think that's possible now, is it? I mean, I guess you could raise an army and just walk it all the way over to Inladris and take them out. But then you have to take out Inladris, Mithlond, plus Forlond and, is it Harlond? Something like that. So all 4 High Elf regions. And that's not talking about if they take any on auto-expansion, because I think they get Can of Bryn, and I think they might get one other one as well. Maybe, is it where the Gwaithfi Myrdain is? I can't remember the name of the settlement. It's the one that's Austin. Is it Austin Edil? It might be Austin Edil. Whatever, one of those. So I'm a little bit confused. I think the best option I have is I don't think I can stop the attack. So I think I'm going to take all of my units and I'm going to put them, I think, all together into one army. And I'm going to march them to attack the High Elf capital here, I think. I think that honestly is the best way of doing it. But I hope everyone is keeping relatively well. We are at an end turn here because I can't do anything else because I have no money. But hopefully we'll be doing a lot less of a deficit. Barketa is a bit unhappy with us, which is a bit of a shame. I'm going to need to take a look at that because I don't want them to revolt. I mean, I did leave some units there, so I'm a little bit confused as to why they're pissed off. I'm sorry if you can hear pencil in the background. My girlfriend has taken up drawing. She's drawing a lot of Disney characters. She's made it through, like, how many have you done?
10.
She's done 10 so far in, like, 5 days. So, 2 a day. It's a pretty good turnout. They do look very good, to be honest. There's one thing about me you should know. I have no artistic flair whatsoever. I am awful at art, of all types. It is not my thing. So, I'm always impressed when people draw, because I am crap at it. And here we go! So, The corruption event. So, it's been a year to the day since that silent emissary parted our company. It is now clear beyond any doubt that he was a servant of Sauron, and the rings he offered are the three of the seven of Sauron, and... oh, sorry. See, this is... English is such a beautiful language. And the rings he offered are three of the seven dwarven rings of power. As before, they have worked in a dark and sinister devilry over the mountains. Greed, envy, and mistrust have taken hold in the hearts of many. Brothers are at each other's throats. People are hoarding treasures, and brawls and fights are now daily occurrences. This domestic trouble is only a pale shadow of the real problem, however. Grinfarn and his Grimborn loyalists have now convinced thousands of dwarves that the elves and the simple folk of Eredor are sneering at us once again, mocking us as they sit atop ancient dwarven treasure. He rallies the people against our kin, crying out, "Where is Erebor's help for us to reclaim our ancient hold of Buzzradum? Why will they not spare troops to help us reclaim the treasures of Belagost? It will not be long before he convinces our people that all-out war is the only way to ensure secure dwarven safety." So, there we go. I think that's the first of sort of the train of events that will lead towards the destruction of Eriador, or sorry, the destruction of Thorin's halls. So, we're going to have to play this relatively well. I'm going to have a think on the best ways of doing this. Now, as a part of this script, we do get some little buffs. So we've got the Ring of Durin's Folk, which is Grinfarn's. We've got the Ring of Power there, and another Ring of Power here. And he is the steward of Thorin's halls as well, so... He's a very ugly-looking dwarf. He's not a good-looking dude. Oh, and he's got a little biography. I didn't actually read that last time. But these are very good units, so I'm very much tempted to just wheel whatever troops I can get and just smash into Mithlond. And I think that's what the game sort of wants you to do, to be honest. So I'm going to play it like that. Let's give this a go. This could fail epically, and this is why they're pissed off. They're on military. We don't want them to be on military. Okay, so we've got roads there, roads there. Got roads pretty much everywhere, in fact. Yeah, in Osgelon. Yes, the whole empire is connected with at least basic road networks. Let's keep moving Clan Lord Gore up. Let's move him up to Perpenloon, actually, as like a nice little stopping off point. And then, you know what? I'm going to meet him... No, we'll hold off because he makes us a fair amount of money being in Thorin's halls. He pretty much solves our deficit problems. And we can keep moving our diplomats onwards to speak to our dwarven kindred. Something cool for the dwarves, maybe, just as an idea about maybe something that they could do going forwards, is they've talked a lot about retaking Buzzradum during this script. Maybe if you retake Buzzradum, maybe you get an option to like rebuild it, a bit like the Gundabad Hall, and maybe make it like a special settlement, because I know it's already a custom settlement in relation to the orcs, so that could be something fun for version 5. Just a little addition, and maybe get a special unit for it. I mean, I know there's already loads of special units for this faction. Or you know what? Maybe there's already something. So the dwarves of Nogrod and Belagost crafted many things of renown in ages past. Dwarven skill to work the metal and craft armour and weapons of outstanding quality is well known. With the destruction of Bereland and our cities of Belagost and I'm sorry, my pronunciation is not good. Nogrod, our clans migrated to other dwarven settlements in Middle-earth where they and their descendants continued their crafts. Okay, so the Blue Mountain Splendor slowly declined as no help came to us from others. Then Longbeards had to flee Khazad-dûm because of Durin's Bane, and they established other realms in the east. But they soon were abandoned or taken from them by orcs and dragons until ultimately some of them returned to the Blue Mountains to start anew. For nearly 6,000 years no help from others came to our own, but the tide is changing and the clans are rising in power once again. With the gifting of the rings we again have means to make the Blue Mountain Kingdom as splendid as it was in the days, there's a little thing there, days of Belagost and Novgorod. There are relics of our ancestors scattered across Middle-earth, and we should go and claim them back, as they are rightfully ours. The Dwarven Blade Narsil, held by the Dunedain. The Dragon Helm of Dor Lumin, resting in Turin's grave on Tol Moran, and I have no idea where that is, guys. Someone tell me where that is. And the Horn of the Mark, also known as Yule's Horn, who is in possession of Rohirrim. Okay, so we've got a few little quests there. Oh, and reclaiming Narsil. Okay, so I'm just going to probably read this just in my head and scroll it down. Okay, so we've got an option here. You can sneeze. Or cough.
No, good.
You sure? Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, sorry. I'm talking to my girlfriend. She's like making this strange little face next to me as I'm recording. And like, I can only describe it as like awkward ostrich. Like she's shaking her head back and forth because she didn't want to sneeze and ruin the recording, but I don't care, so. But anyway, so I sneeze all the time on my recordings. Editing is for chumps. Anyway, the Shards of Narsil are one of the heirlooms of the Kings of Arnor, and after the kingdom or the Northern Dunedain was destroyed, we should send our diplomat to the Dunedain city of Fenris Druinin and request the blades return to its rightful owners. Okay, well, let's do that. Let's send our diplomat north. And then if we leave him there for a turn, I assume we will get some sort of event. And let's build a little watchtower. And then if I move you out, how much money? Okay, not a huge amount of money. Yeah, you know what? To keep, you know, making a little bit more money, I'm going to move him off slowly by himself. And I'm going to take all of these units with him. And have them meet up with Clan Lord Gore. Okay, that's good. I'm pretty happy overall with all of this. And we don't get free upkeep there. But we do have a pipe hall, so we should have free upkeep. So why don't we? I assume it's because it's not very dwarven. 22%, so yeah, that needs to go up a little bit. Let's see if we can't get a... Is it the brewery building? Yes, it's the brewery building. And I don't want that on military. That needs to be on growth as well. I don't know why at the moment, but my speakers keep cutting out. I'm finding it really irritating that they keep doing that. Very bizarre. Okay, so let's end another turn. Let's keep dropping turns. And slowly but surely we will talk to our dwarven brethren. Try and get some support. I'm sorry this is a bit of a slow episode. But what have I been doing recently? I played Fallout 76 over the Easter weekend in readiness for the Wastelanders update, and I must say I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm playing with a character that isn't like mega over-leveled. When I started Wastelanders, he was like level 26, I think, and so therefore I've got pretty decent special stats in like charisma, intelligence, strength, and I mean what I'm finding amazing is they've implemented a few of the things that, you know, they should have been there day one. I think my frustration with things is I'm looking at this game as it stands today and thinking this is what it should have been at release, because I haven't had that many glitches. I mean, I've had glitches, but not the glitches, because I'm one of the poor saps that bought the game day one. I actually pre-ordered it and played the beta. And I'll tell you now, it is just nowhere near as bad as that was. It was horrible, the beta. So, yeah, I'm quite... Overall, this is fairly impressive compared to what it was like. So, I'm going to give the Ring of Power to you. And I'm going to bring Fra, maybe? Oh, you're not a very good commander. What about Nar? Oh, you're a better commander. Maybe you would be better served to lead some forces. To whom Zahar nobles. You know what? We'll just give him the Ring of Power because I really can't be bothered to... Yeah, that's good.
My king. Move out. My king.
Yeah, so we've got a full little army here now. And let's have a little look-see. The dwarves, the elves, no, sorry, not the dwarves. Right, let's get over the river and have a little look-see at what they're, whether or not they're readying themselves for us. Barketta, why are you so unhappy? Cultural unrest. Distance to capital. So yeah, cultural unrest. Okay. In fairness, it isn't very dwarven. I will accept this. And then over here, you're relatively dwarven, yeah. Maybe this should be a little bit more stepped down, because these two provinces are fairly dwarven, and this one's only 3%. It just seems a bit odd. But yes, so Fallout 76, I'm moderately intrigued by the fact that, as I say, they've made a lot of positive changes. It's playable, I would describe it as, which is pretty low praise. But it's closer to what you'd expect from an online Fallout game. The fact that they've added little conversations in with NPCs, the world feels a lot more alive now. I mean, when Fallout 76 came out, the best thing it had going for it was that it was the world itself was good. Like, the map. I would say the map was really good. And they added so many monsters. My frustration with the fact they added so many new creatures in was that they didn't actually spawn them, it seemed like. Because the only things you seemed to fight in the game were super mutants, ghouls, and the scorched things. But they added in, like, these ants with, like, hives on their backs, and these frogs that were really cool. So yeah, it was just odd, very strange that they went with the direction that they went with. It was not expected. Let's put it like that. So yeah, playing it, I'm quite impressed with the changes they've made. From a standpoint of, at least they've made an attempt to actually listen to people and, you know, help them out and sort of make the changes that were requested. I'm a little bit confused by this Fennis Druidine event because I am at Fennis, what's it called? Dead Man's Dyke, which is, I think, Fennis Druidine, and the event isn't firing. So I'm not sure if there's a reason for that. Oh, wait. Is that Fennis Druidine? Ah, right. That'll be why. I went to the wrong spot. Oh, I am thick. I always forget that that's, you know, actually... because that's a Numinas, and that's Fornos to Rain, isn't it? So yeah, we need to take our diplomat to the little campground that's the capital. Let's get that brewery going. In fact, yeah, you can't actually build... I mean, when we take Mifflond, we will get a lot more money. And it's not that well garrisoned at the moment. I'll be interested to see what the garrison is like there. Because they haven't got a whole lot of units either. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see sort of how this goes. Right, let's end the turn once again. But yeah, from what I've played so far, they've made some decent changes. Some of the quests seem quite good. I've done a fair amount of... I've done all of the opening stage quests. For the stuff that I guess the new players would do. And it's been good. I'm fairly happy with it. My critiques are that it's still built on a really bad foundation, like stability wise. So there are still numerous glitches. I play a melee weapons character, and it doesn't register when you hit stuff. Like, you can be smacking something, like, and you can hit them 3 times and then it will register. There are things like that with just being in an online game that are not good. And it's just not well optimized either. Sometimes there are moments where it just runs really badly. My building in the camp is still really like it cuts in and out. There are issues, let's put it that way. Okay, so there's raiding in the lowlands. The power in the mountains has shifted beyond your control, Clan Lord. It cannot have escaped your notice that Grinfarn is now seen by many as the High Lord of these halls. What's more, word now reaches me that he's been ordering raids on Elvish and Breland settlements, and that his people are waylaying travellers on the roads around Luin. I cannot imagine that the peoples of Eredluin will allow it to continue. It will be obvious to any survivors that they were attacked by dwarves. I understand that the Grimborn has taken to crafting mock weaponry, replicas of Breland and Elven weaponry so that they can throw the target. Okay, right. There is one thing that cannot be disguised, however, and unless the hobbits have taken up arms against the elves, there is no other race beyond our physical stature. Okay, so the elves are coming is the gist of that message. And I'm going to probably just give up Foreign's halls, and I'm going to go for Mithlond. I'm not going to attack them yet. I'm going to just, you know, wait. Nice and gently. So what's waiting for us? Kurdan, with his 89 soldiers with 21 attack and 38 defense. Now, in reference to my units, 1232, they're better. Grinfarn, 1927, they're better than them. They're better than pretty much everything we have, aren't they? But this isn't the world's worst army. What have they got supporting them? Lindar Guards are alright. And your Swordmasters are quite good. Mithlond Nobles, so they got 2 units of Mithlond Nobles. And then some cavalry, which, you know, they won't be perfect. Yeah, let's drop another turn end here. Ah yes, let's do trade rights, map info, and then let's make a demand out of them. They are rich, so maybe we can snag 2 grand out of them. Okay, they don't want to do that. Okay, let's try and get 1,000, let's not be greedy. Okay, I didn't want to do that, but that's fine. But I must say, I'm enjoying playing the Dwarves of Ered Luin. I have a feeling this campaign isn't going very well, though. I feel like should be getting more money in, and I feel like maybe I've mismanaged the economy a bit, but I don't feel like I've really done anything in this campaign incorrectly. You know, I've expanded pretty quickly, I've got a decent amount of settlements, I've got a decent amount of units, and I'm making, as I say, decent-ish money. I'm not sort of going too wrong, I don't think. I'm quite enjoying playing the Clans of Enedwaith as well. They're quite fun units, and between these 2 campaigns there is a pretty decent amount of variation, which is quite good. And ironically enough, I've reclaimed Buzzradoom, haven't I, in the Clans of Enedwaith campaign, so hey, that's actually a little bit ironic. Now, Clan Lord Gore. Go. Okay, so it's 8 turns till they would be rising up against us. Now, would you guys... No, you're not wanting to move out. Let's go speak to the Orcs of Gundabad. Right, give me money. Give me 1,000. You should give me 1,000. Perfect. And we get a military unit. Oh, just Ered Luin militia. It's not really worth worrying about. Let's go speak to the dwarves. Oh, and there's a Woodland Realm diplomat there. Okay, and that means we're going to be running at a bit of a positive for a little bit of time. That's good. And then let's leave this spy to move in this direction, just to make sure there aren't any surprises heading our way, because that's the last thing we want. Oh, and I should have moved him manually. Big mistake. is that Aragorn by himself, being faced off with by a massive horde of goblins. I bet the auto-resolve would have him win. That's funny. And I'm actually recording this episode, and I'm going to be uploading it on the same day, which, to be honest, is really rare for me. I mostly do my recording at the weekends, but just because I find that easiest. Because you get a nice solid block of time to do your recording. The only problem with doing that is that, you know, if you guys leave a comment and it's useful, you know, like some advice or a tip, you know, I can't necessarily always use that, which is a bit of a pain, but oh well. Okay, so if we move him sort of being blocked by stupid orcs, hopefully that's close enough. And that's actually a pretty decent goblin army, to be fair. It's nearly it is a full stack. Got a lot of cavalry, haven't they, in the Northern Dunedain garrison? I'd be interested to see who wins that, to be honest. Okay, so let's have a little look. If I was to attack, are you going to get a load of stupid garrison units? Yeah, you're going to get a whole bunch of stupid defenders, aren't you? See, I don't really want to deal with the defenders, because I probably can't win that battle with the defenders fighting and it being a siege. So I'm probably just going to have to siege it down. I haven't really... Time is not on my side either. Tactically, I'm a bit boned. I might ask you guys, what do you think? Tactically, what should I do? Because we know the elves are coming, and they are going to take Foreign Halls. That's the long and short of it. You know, there's nothing much I can sort of do about that. Should I just withdraw from Foreign Halls? I mean, they're going to probably take Fahangafol as well, so our economy is going to just absolutely tank. Should I mass my units in Gehuzanar and just move and take Mithlond? I mean, what are we dealing with? If I do attack, how good are the defenders? Yeah, so the 1018 with 75 in a unit. I mean, that's not too bad, and I don't want to lose, you know, people to just some crappy elven defenders. That seems really cheap. You know, it's going to be a struggle cracking through the Mithlond nobles, to be honest. 2 units of them are pretty much impossible for me to take out. Right, so there's Forlond. They don't have many units in there, though. Yeah, maybe I'll call this an episode here, because we've been recording for about 30 minutes. I know this has been quite a slow episode. I just think that's what Ered Luin play like sometimes. But let me know what you think I should do. I think attacking Mithlond might be a good idea, but I'm not sure this army is good enough to win. We've got, you know, 5 really good units there, but the rest of the army is just our mid-tier rubbish with a couple of cav units. Ideally, we would need them to attack us, I think, to win. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know whether or not I should just siege this down, and then how should I defend Foreign Hall / Fahangafol? Should I just retreat to Gehuzanar and then strike back? Let me know. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.